Hey guys, I'm Heintje. And Hautes Rivières might as well be the best enduro spot relative close to the Netherlands, but you already know that if you've seen one of my previous videos on the place. A spot with so many amazing trails close together, and the best part, none of them are boring or easy. For this video, however, I'll focus on the hardest lines in the area. But first, the intro. Let's kick things off with Mad Max, the only double black rated trail. I've done this one in the past, twice even, so I know I can do it. Nonetheless, I have to admit, I was feeling a bit nervous for this one. This was on the third day of a 4-day trip, with 4 days of amazing weather, so the trail conditions couldn't be better. Just like most lines around Hautes Rivières, this one also starts out very mellow and gets steep pretty soon. Let me use this opportunity to thank you all. While I was riding this amazing trail, you guys made me pass the 750 subscribers. My goal of 1000 subs is slowly getting realistic. So again, thank you all. At this point I made a mistake. I was too slow. I took too long to decide on my line, and with that I missed a good line, ending up on a terrible line with less control options. I know it doesn't really show in the video, but I had to take my foot off in order to make the turn.
Oh.
I don't think the features on the zone on this line are that hard, not saying they are easy, for sure they are not, but some easier rated trails have harder features. It's the number of hard features in a row that gives this line its rating. Here I had a silly dismount. I barely hit the tree, but it was enough to put me off balance. As I mentioned, I've been here for 4 days, so I have a ton of footage, maybe even too much. For this week I choose to spotlight 2 of the most interesting trails. In next week's video I will show the highlights of the whole weekend. Daupiné, the trail with one of the most iconic features of the area, the rock slab. That I will show next week. For this video I want to take you along on Daupiné Black, a trail that shares the first 50 meters and then goes its own way with its own character. No one in our group had ever ridden this trail before, so we had no idea what to expect. Through some hearsay, we came to the understanding that this trail should have some gnarly features you definitely want to check out and not ride blind. So after the mellow top section, it was time to see if the trail they added black to the name is really as gnarly as it sounds. Once Mark had finally figured out how to clip in, it was time to drop in. My goal, take it nice and slow, make it to the bottom controlled and in one piece.
Good clicks.
First feature, not an issue. Second, however, 2 steep turns very close together.
Fuck.
Not impossible, just enough to fuck with my mind. The real challenge was getting back on the bike. It's a bit too steep here, so I had to walk a bit. Next feature, a rock in the middle of the trail. 9 times out of 10, in a case like this, the best option is to roll over the rock, and looking back at the footage, this one was not an exception. So far this trail is challenging, but very doable. Gnarly, but not as gnarly as expected. And spoiler, it stays so all the way to the bottom. Small side note, the conditions couldn't be better. I guess this trail will be something completely different in the wet. Here we have a feature I didn't check out, but there's a French line, and we are in France. Enough said. Even on our second run of this trail I opted for the shortcut, and now I'm wondering if I could have ridden it, but I don't even have the footage to check. That second run, by the way, I did manage to ride the complete trail without any dabs or stops. Taking the exact same lines, still a lot of room for improvement. For now, however, I'm happy to cleanly send a new line, new for me at least. Now, I can already see you typing in the comments, but Heintje, next week I'm in Hautes Rivières and I only have time to ride one trail. Of course, I want to ride the hardest trail possible. Which one should I pick? Probably Mad Max. Some of the steep sections are a bit longer, making it harder. Also, the trail is more ridden and therefore dustier, reducing the grip. Unless it's raining in this hypothetical next week, then Daupiné Black is the harder option. It simply has more roots, and with it being on the northeast side of the mountain, it doesn't dry as fast. If you don't care for the difficulty and just want the most fun, I would say Daupiné Black, but maybe that's just a novelty speaking. Better you take a bit more time, ride them both, and let me know in the comments which one you prefer. I've already reached the climbing road, and now I'm showing some sections of my second run. Time for me to end this video. As always, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you back for my next video, maybe the one where I show all the other great trails around Hautes Rivières. In the meantime, have fun riding. Houdoe.